Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. Krishna, Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtatara Shata Shishimat. His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vyasa Uvacha, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 6, Conversation between Narada and Vyasadeva. Text number 2. Vyasa Uvacha, Vikshubhir Vipravasite, Vijnanadeshtribhistava, Vartamano Vayasyadye, Tata Kam Akarot Bhavan. Vyasa Uvacha, Bhikshubhir Vipravasite, Vijnanadeshtribhistava, Vartamano Vayasyadye, Tata Kim Akarot Bhavan. Vyasa Uvacha, Viraya Bhavasite, Isnava, Vyasa Uvacha, Ubir Vipravasite, Jnana Deshtabhistata, Tata Kim Akarot Bhavan. Okay, Vyasa Uvacha. Shri Vyasadeva said, Bhikshubhi, by the great mendicants, Vijnanadeshtribhis, okay. Vipravasite, having departed for other places. Vijnana, scientific knowledge in transcendence. Adeshtribhi, those who had instructed. Tava, of your. Vartamana, present. Vayasi, of the duration of life. Adye, before the beginning of. Tata, after that. Kim, what? Akarot, did. Bhavan, your good self. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Vyasadeva said, what did you, Narada, do after the departure of the great sages who had instructed you in scientific transcendental knowledge before the beginning of your present birth? Purport. Vyasadeva himself was the disciple of Naradaji, and therefore it was natural to be anxious to hear what Narada did after initiation from the spiritual masters. He wanted to follow in Narada's footsteps in order to attain the same perfect stage of life. This desire to inquire from the spiritual master is an essential factor to the progressive path. This process is technically known as Sadharma Pricha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shimate Praladaranda Swami Dinamine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashitya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This is a very interesting question. after being initiated, Narada Muni, what did he do? So you can put it in our words, like maybe after Srila Prabhupada marathon, you put, we keep this table with scores for at least few months. We keep so that we remember 1065 Bhagavad Gitas. Joy! And then the question comes, and after the marathon, what did I do? So, hey Prabhu, I don't know. So we had this European Sankirtan meeting, and with His Holiness Janananda Maharaj. And he said that actually he really doesn't understand how people are not enthusiastic after the marathon. That how can you be not enthusiastic? You should be so enlivened after the marathon that you're like, okay, let's go, let's do more, let's do something else, let's go. And he was like, Maharaj was in such a mood, like he was obviously very tired, like he was like, but he was like in this mood that, okay, yeah, very nice, let's go, okay. And of course, most of people have to rest after a marathon, which is normal, But the point is, you should be very eager to get, as they say in English, they say, to get back on the horse. Yeah, okay, I'm a bit sick, I'm a bit tired, I'm a bit this. Okay, very nice. Okay, we have to rest a bit. Okay, I have to rest a bit. And then I have to, let's go, let's do something. So there's actually two questions, which it's very, very short text and very short purport, but there's actually two questions that came to mind when I was reading this. One is what after? What happened after? And the second is, what did he do? He did something, he heard, he took Mahaprasadam, and then he did something. What did he do? So let's start with the first one. The first question is, what after? What happened after? Sometimes you meet older devotees and they say, Prabhu, in the 90s, I was doing this and that and this and that. And I'm looking, I'm like, no, of course, Krishna is very grateful, and he's for every service we did. But then my logical question is, so, okay, that was in the 90s. What are you doing now? Because devotional service should be ever expanding. This year in Marathon you did 2,000 books. And next year you want to do 3,000. Of course, it's not just about expansion of devotional service, not just about numbers. It's also about different consciousness. I want to do better. I want to be more pleasing for Srila Prabhupada. I want to do this. I want to, to improve my service in many ways, not just the numbers. But the point is that this devotional service should be expanding, should be more and more and more, and think, wow, better. We should improve. We should try to improve, always improve our service, because otherwise, as the Latin said, there's a proverb in Latin which says, non progredi es regredi. So this means lack of progress means regress. There's no way to sit on the same platform. It's not possible. You either go up or you go down. So in devotional service, it's like that. You can't say, okay, now I'm on this platform and that's it. I'll just stay here. No, you either go up or you go down. If you don't have plans to do some devotional service, then, as they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. You don't have plans to how to improve your devotional service? No problem. Maya, the mind, will give you some ideas what to do. So many things there are to do in the material world. No problem, So if you don't think of what can I do, then no problem. I can do this. You can do this. No problem. So many things. I was talking with my friend recently, and at some point he was going through a tough time, mainly due to lack of association. And then we talked again now, and he said, I was like, okay, how are you? I know you were through some tough time. I'm good. Then he told me, now I have a lot of things to do. Maybe too many things to do. And that's good. He was very happy. Like last time when I was in trouble a bit, I didn't have any project, to work on. But now I have this project, I have this project, I have this project, I have this project. And I'm good. I don't have time to be depressed or something because I'm busy, So that was his conclusion. Now he's happy. Yeah, I have so many projects. I have so many things to do for Krishna. Joy. Perfect. So I also saw for myself after marathon, you have to eat and sleep, like I did this for a few days. And then you're reading 3 hours, after 3 hours of reading, you understand that, maybe you have some little Brahminical stuff, but not so much. And after 3 hours of reading, you say, it's enough. That's it. Okay, you sleep some more, you rested, okay. And then what? Like, what are we going to do now? So yesterday I was so bored, I was like, oh my God, I have to do something. So I just took some books and went out and although my health is not completely back, but otherwise life is so boring, like if you don't engage in some service and if you don't do something, it's really, boring, So that's one point, that devotional service should be ever expanding. And we should be very eager and we should always have some plans what we want to do for Krishna. Because if we don't, I don't want to be pessimistic. I met also some devotees, I told you before. You met some former devotees and you look at their consciousness and like, what? Really, this guy used to be a devotee. It's covering very fast. So that's one thing, that we should always keep ourselves busy in Krishna consciousness. This doesn't mean that we have to kill our body, but this means that we have to mentally be busy. And the second question is what did he do? So Narada Muni was associating with the sages, and they told him some things. They were discussing about Krishna. He took Mahaprasadam, and then they left. And what did he do? So I was discussing with Manidhar Prabhu in the car when I was driving him to Pula, and he said sometimes Brahmanas, they have these ideas, they study these very esoteric texts. Like he said, Ugra Nisimha Upanishad, which I don't know if it exists, probably it doesn't. But that's like just a point, like some very esoteric texts. They study this and that's okay. And then the normal people, like Kshatriyas or Vaishyas, Shudras, they look at them and they're like, what does it mean? For me, like all this nice esoteric text, this, that, and this tattva and this other tattva. What does it mean for me? So you listen to Srimad Bhagavatam class. What is the outcome? So Srila Vyasadeva is also asking, okay, Narada Muni heard, and what was the result? And the result should be that when we get knowledge, we also try to apply this knowledge. So we hear something, and then we try to do something about what we heard, So the knowledge we get shouldn't be so abstract that we have no idea what to do with it, Like, yeah, there's this tattva, that tattva. Well, that's nice, that's interesting, but what does it mean for me? For example, in Srila Prabhupada's times, devotees really didn't know much. They weren't very scholarly. When I say this, I always remember this video with Srila Prabhupada and this interview of this devotee who is speculating something. He's saying something like, usually people are low on a high platform, but we are high on a low platform. Something like this, Something really crazy. So devotees really had no idea what's going on. Of course, this was like in New York, in early New York, all these hippies, they came and they just like Srila Prabhupada. But to some degree, they knew that they have to go for Sankirtan. They have to distribute books because Prabhupada wants for some reason to distribute books. So they were not very philosophical, but they knew, okay, Sankirtan ki jai. We have no idea what we're doing here, what's in the books either, no problem, but Sankirtan ki jai. Now it's different, like now the devotees, they are doing so much. Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, this, this, which is good. I mean, it's actually really good, of course. And but sometimes they have no idea, okay, Sankirtan ki jai, oh, who cares about Sankirtan? Oh, wait. What's the point of all this? So sometimes we have so much knowledge, but we don't know how to apply it in everyday situations. So the point is that it's very important that knowledge we know how to apply. Otherwise, it's just knowledge that is just sitting there. Okay, I know this, and because this part is about Guru Tattva. And we started this discussion yesterday with Prema Manjari Mataji. So one thing which is maybe not very clear in ISKCON is what does it mean, this Guru Tattva? Okay, you have these examples, Guru-disciple in first canto of Bhagavatam. You have the sages of Naimisharanya and Sutta Goswami. You have Narada and the Bhaktivedantas. You have Vyasadeva, who is disciple of Narada Muni. Then you have Parikshit Maharaj. So how do you apply this? And of course, all these parts are speaking about some qualifications of disciple. But there's also some understanding should be there about who is a guru. Who is, and I'll just touch on a few points. This is a very large topic. I'm not very expert, so for example, just to make it like a Mahotsaha Prabhu meets these people on the street, and sometimes they have some sort of mala, japa mala, and he asks them, "Is this for wow man? Is this for meditation or for decoration?" So we can ask ourselves the same question. This murti of Srila Prabhupada, is it for decoration or is for meditation? What does it mean? Okay. We have in ISKCON, we have in all temples, we have to have a murti of Srila Prabhupada. We have to have the entrance that has to be this is ISKCON, International Society of Krishna Consciousness, and it has to write there, Founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Well, which is good. But what does it mean? One thing it means, for example, is that Srila Prabhupada is the most prominent Shiksha Guru in the society. He is the perfect representative of Krishna, Shaktiavesh avatar, and he is in touch with Krishna and Paramatma. So he's completely perfect. So that's important to to understand and to understand and apply this and understand. Okay, this means something. Okay, so you're in ISKCON. Okay, I'll come back to that. And we have also his letters, room conversations, we have other things, and we have his books, where he's giving us instructions. Okay, this is Srila Prabhupada's society, and this is what you should do. And the whole purpose, if you understand something about Bhakti Yoga, is that we want to please Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada is the transparent medium by which he tells you, you want to please Krishna, here it is. You just have to please me and Krishna is pleased. This is my instructions. So of course we have to understand that sometimes conversations, room conversation, letters, can be time, place, circumstances. Sometimes you have devotees, they say, my Guru Maharaj, our Guru said this to me. And I'm like, very good, I'm happy for you. You should follow it. Because to me, he said something else. Because it's not that he said something else, it's just different propensity, as Maharaj likes to say, different folks, different strokes. For different devotees with different propensities are guided in a different direction. So if someone is a pujari, has a pujari mind, then he will be guided in this way. Someone who likes to distribute books will be guided in this way. Will not. So some instruction, some conversations, some and letters can be time, place, circumstances. So sometimes, but the books are supposed to be the law books for the next 10,000 years. So if you really want to study a topic, you usually have to see what Srila Prabhupada said in his books about the topic. So Srila Prabhupada is next, is the main guru in ISKCON. So that's it. So that would be really next level if we would have these discussions. In the early days, devotees would, when they would debate or something, had a controversy, one devotee would come and say, Srila Prabhupada said this. And then the devotee said, yes, Srila Prabhupada also said this. And that was the basis on how to reach an agreement. Which is, we should do also like that. When we have Ishta Goshti or whatever topic, we should think, what did Srila Prabhupada want? And then it should not be so much, but how I feel based on my experience in the karmi world and so on. This might be useful, maybe, to some degree. But the main point is, so what did Srila Prabhupada say about this topic? What did he want us to do? Okay, Jai, let's do it. So that would be really increase the level of our discussions. Okay, Prabhupada said this. Jai, okay. So then we will not debate on how I feel and how you feel and he feels and this person feels. Okay, what does Srila Prabhupada feel about this topic? And then the other gurus, who are the other gurus? Okay, you'll have to say, okay, who's your guru? Should we all get initiation from Srila Prabhupada? No, there are many disciples of Srila Prabhupada, or grand disciple or grand disciples of Srila Prabhupada. And they are advanced and they are following Srila Prabhupada and they can give instructions. And actually, whoever repeats what Srila Prabhupada's instructions is Guru. As far as he repeats, to the degree that he's saying the same thing. So he's Guru. And if they say something else, tough luck. I heard one example. There was someone, he gave a class on a certain topic. And there was a senior devotee listening to that class. And the feedback of this senior devotee was, well, it sounds good, sounds very common sense and this, but it's not from Srila Prabhupada's books. So, what did that mean? What did that mean, that feedback? It means that the class was horrible. Like, I mean, what's the use, you know? Because it's really not a good class. We're sitting here, we're sitting on the Vyasasan, we're preaching in ISKCON, and it should be something that Srila Prabhupada would agree with. And we should have this in mind, that whatever I'm saying, first of all, Srila Prabhupada should agree with what I say. And if devotees agree, that's also good. But Srila Prabhupada should agree. So that's one very important point to understand. Okay, I'm preaching in ISKCON. I have to preach in a way that Srila Prabhupada, when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj sent his first sannyasi disciples to England, he told them, you don't have to please the people, you have to please Shri Guru Parampara. You don't have to adapt the message, you have to say something that is pleasing for me. You have to think I'm there, Shri Panchatattva ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. You have to think I'm there and I listen to the class. And if the class is pleasing to me, then it's a success. And if people like it or not, doesn't matter. Who cares? You know, it has to be pleasing. So that's one point, very important point. And also one other thing, oh my God, okay, is that we operate in a multi-guru environment. Narada Muni had also more gurus, the Bhaktivedantas. I don't know how they had these Bhaktivedantas, if they had an ISKCON and they had a org chart and so on. But the point is, we live in an environment where we have many gurus. Of course, usually the general process is that we choose a Shiksha Guru, someone who will give us some instructions, and with time, this Shiksha Guru becomes Diksha Guru. He will give us initiation, and then he will guide it. And what's the criteria for selecting Shiksha or Diksha Guru? Well, there's also in this disciples course, it's not that he sings nicely, it's not that he has good jokes, although it's important, no? He has to have good jokes. The main criteria is that he's a good follower of Srila Prabhupada. That's it. That's the criteria. You want to follow something, you want to follow someone who is a good follower of Srila Prabhupada. And if he does that, then he's qualified. And also, we should understand that there is not just Diksha Guru. You know, okay, I'm a disciple of whoever. Okay, and? Because there's a whole network. There's also some Shiksha gurus. Maharaj likes to say that one role of the initiating spiritual master is to guide you and make you understand who are your other Shiksha gurus. Who are your other gurus? Because it's not it's not that you have some guru somewhere in India. He doesn't see what you do, has no idea what you're doing, and you meet him once per year. You give him a glass of water. You smile for 3 days while you meet him, like Mataji was saying yesterday. Very, very, and then you can do your own thing, as it's also described, as Mataji said very nicely yesterday. She said that one of the characteristics of pure Shraddha is that we are accountable to someone, to some guru. And I mean, if your guru is somewhere in some other part of the world, and usually you meet him 1 week per year, even if you stay around him, you can pretend, like when he's there, you're like, hey, pure devotee, Guruji. You don't know. And then maybe it's not the best, but if you're accountable, you usually see someone around you who actually sees what you're doing. And you should understand, maybe this is also, maybe this also can be a Shiksha guru. So we also need to be accountable to someone who sees what we are doing, and someone who can also correct us if we're not doing the right thing. So someone who will tell us from time to time, Prabhu, that's very nice. You're a pure devotee. Of course, you're a pure devotee. But, this is not exactly what Srila Prabhupada would do. For example, and that's good if you have this correction mechanism. Like, for example, on Srimad Bhagavatam, on classes in the temple, I would introduce a Shastrik committee. Yeah, we encourage everyone to give a class, and after the class, some devotees could tell you, Prabhu, this was a very nice class, but it wasn't from the Shastras. So there should be some feedback mechanism. Okay, so that's just one point. Yeah, I'm just checking how much time I have. So I realize this point is somehow important, understanding Srila Prabhupada's role and understanding what we are actually trying to do in ISKCON. Because when you're talking about importance of book distribution, you have to understand what's in these books. What are these books about? Why are they so important? And if you don't, like Maharaj says, if you don't accept that Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee, then what are you doing in ISKCON? I mean, you just came, okay, no problem, but so the one point there was, we were reading this Nectar of Book Distribution during the marathon, and one part was striking me. In the beginning, it says that the challenge for us is to read Srila Prabhupada books, and not only read Srila Prabhupada books, but apply Srila Prabhupada's books. Apply. Like this question that was there in the beginning. Okay, after Narada Muni heard from the Bhaktivedantas and did this and did this, what he did do? How did he apply this knowledge? So, apply Srila Prabhupada's books, and then if you read and apply Srila Prabhupada's books, then you will automatically feel enlivened. You'll be like, wow, this is so good. This actually works. This is the cure for cancer. We have to give it to the world. It works. It finally works, like these ladies, when they find this new, I don't know, this cream and that cream, and like they call all their friends. You're like, wow, I found this new cream, it's amazing. I look 10 years younger. It works. Jai. So that's the point, that if you actually feel read these books and apply these books in our lives, and we understand, this is so much nectar, this Krishna consciousness, everything is there in the books, everything is there in the books. We just have to read it and apply it, and our life will be perfect. And then if you do this and you see, wow, this works, then you'll automatically, there will be no, you don't need a meeting before Prabhupada Marathon that, it's Prabhupada Marathon, and if possible, I know it's a bit cold, but maybe half an hour a day if you could. No, you'll be like, wow, Prabhupada Marathon, Jai, yeah, I was waiting for it. Whole years I was sleeping, but now, yeah, come on, bring it on. And then you can do some austerities, So that's the root cause. And then some things, you'll see some example. I was talking with the devotees in Zagreb. The devotees in Zagreb, when they heard that we had pizza in the marathon, they were looking at me and they were like, what? I mean, Prabhu, we had the same kitri for 4 days, we cooked one kitri, and 4 days we were just hitting the same kitri and eating, because we have to be 6 hours on the street, Prabhu, we don't have time for this, for that, I was like, wow, that's so inspiring, wow, or this lady, there was this, Janananda Maharaj was telling about this lady in France. She was working during the marathon 6 hours every day. She had this karmi job. She had to go to work, And she woke up in the morning, probably she did her sadhana, and then she went in the metro, and she in the metro station there, they have lots of places in Paris, And she was distributing 1 hour Srila Prabhupada's books before work. And then she would finish work, and then 5:30 she would start Sankirtan until 9, every day. And you're thinking, wow, how can you do that? How can you do that? I mean, and then he was telling that other devotees, they did 10 hours, 12 hours in the marathon. How can you do that? How do you do that? Well, the answer is very simple. They were convinced. Okay, this is pleasing for Srila Prabhupada. I don't have anything else to do in my life than pleasing Srila Prabhupada. Krishna. When you say pleasing Srila Prabhupada and pleasing Krishna, it's the same, especially in ISKCON. I don't have anything else to do. So what? Yesterday I had some pains in the back. I lifted something. It's still there. It's improving. But anyway, I went for Sankirtan, and it started being worse. and I was like thinking that, okay, this body, it's supposed to be bad. It's gonna get bad. And the only use for this body is only useful because I can do some devotional service. And when it's not useful anymore, then Hare Krišna, what's the use of having this material body if you don't do some service? What else is there to do? Sometimes people are, you destroy your body by doing devotional service. Okay, but I mean, if I don't do devotional service, what should I do? like Manidhar Prabhu was asking. So, okay, I shouldn't be a devotee anymore. So what should I do? There's nothing else to do. So this conviction has to be there that this is the purpose of my life. And this is Shraddha, this Okay, I might have these things I want to do, this anartha and this anartha, but this is the purpose of my life. My life is only meaningful if I engage in pure devotional service, and otherwise it's useless. Everything else is useless. So that's the beginning. And if you have this faith, then of course you will do so many things. You'll be like, okay, I have faith. I heard. It makes sense. Let's do it. Okay, I'll stop here. Yeah, if there's some questions, comments. We have a microphone, but this is slow Enya.
Hare Krishna. Thanks. So I was thinking about this center, we should take the Prabhupada's word as the main instruction in ISKCON and all these things. But also, I also feel the times are changing. It's not so much, 50 years from when the movement started and all these things, but I still feel, the youth, the people are changing and they have different kind of thinking. And in the back years, the people were living little more austere or free or something. I don't know. They could instantly follow. Because Prabhupada was a pure devotee, as we know.
Yeah.
And anything he said to devotees, they were strictly following, pure belief. It was okay, I change my life right now in the moment. Just follow the instruction. Go to China, go here, go there, complete faith. But we don't have with this faith, even if we read the books, it's very hard to develop this strong belief. So how can we, get this strength that other devotees had, instantly applied what they heard from Prabhupada? How can we do this?
Well, they had this because it's a matter of Shraddha. If this Shraddha is pure, and this pure Shraddha you get by association with devotees who have pure Shraddha. That's it. And that's why when Srila Prabhupada put this pure Shraddha in people, and that's why they could do so many things. I mean, of course, Srila Prabhupada is Shakti Avesha Avatar, so he's on a different level. So the point is about having this pure Shraddha. And if you say that now people are different, I don't think people are different. They are to some degree. But the problem is that for me, if you ask me, if you ask me, this idea that we have to adapt the teachings for the current time, that's the problem. That's part of the problem. And because of this kind of adaptation, devotees come to Krishna consciousness movement and they don't have this understanding that what we're doing here, what are we doing here, and they don't have this pure Shraddha. And then after it's very hard to change, to change, to understand. First, to accept that, okay, I came in Krishna consciousness movement, I am here, maybe I'm initiated, maybe not. And my understanding of what's Krishna consciousness is completely different from what it is. So that takes quite some maturity, some sincerity to understand, oh, wait, I don't have pure Shraddha. Wow, not so good. So this understanding should be there. Okay, I don't have pure Shraddha. Okay, I have also other desires. And I don't really think that Krishna consciousness is what is in Srila Prabhupada's books. And how do you build this Shraddha? Well, it's said that if you have mixed Shraddha, the only way is to associate in a proper mood with the devotees who have this pure Shraddha. They don't have to be pure devotees, don't have to be Mahavatars, but they have to have this pure Shraddha. And if they have this pure Shraddha, then by association, by hearing from them, you'll get this pure Shraddha. If you do it in a proper mode. And I mean, Srila Prabhupada is not here, okay? He is there in the books, and he is there in his disciples, and in his grand disciples and his grand disciples. And there are still devotees around that have this pure faith. No, there are. Here in Slovenia, we're lucky. We have so many passing by. We have Manidhar Prabhu. I mean, he's. It's obvious. He has faith. He's convinced. You associate with him. We have so many sannyasis who come by, and usually they have the same this faith. So the only solution to have this pure faith is that you associate with devotees who have pure faith. But you have to recognize these examples. Like you have to be able to recognize these examples. Like, wow, this. Usually, symptom of pure faith is nishta. You have devotees who are so dedicated. Like we were in the marathon, and Lalit Govinda Prabhu, who has his health as he is, and we saw what the results were. I'm not saying this was like maybe it wasn't a good idea, but he was like, I want to go out. And we went to Copper, and I was like, maybe we leave at this time. And he said, yeah, whatever, whenever. I just sit here and sing. And whenever. Because I don't have anything else to do, like there's nothing else in my life. I just have to do some service. If I don't do some service, what's the purpose of my life? So you have these devotees around. You just have to look around and you recognize them. Oh, it's this kind of devotee. And you take this example, you develop this appreciation. Wow, really? I mean, I'm so tired, I'm 20, 30. And he is 70, he's not tired. He's, always enthusiastic to do service. How does he do it? What's there? What's in his heart that I want the same thing. So we should. The point is that these examples, these devotees who have some pure Shraddha, they are there. They exist. They still exist. We're lucky that they still exist. So we should notice. Oh, wow, really, and. Develop this desire to follow in their footsteps, and that's it. Eventually, like we get this pure Shraddha. I don't know if that answers the question, but that's my understanding. They say in Madhurya Kadambini, it says there's one part of Madhurya Kadambini, and His Holiness Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj details is that. It says bhakti comes from bhakti. It's a very esoteric. It sounds very simple, but it's and it is very simple. You cannot get pure bhakti unless you associate with someone who has pure bhakti. That's it. It's finished. That's all you can get from Prabhupada's books, rare, or you can get from a devotee who has this pure Shraddha in his heart. That's all. Okay. I don't know if I answered.
Thanks.
Okay. Shri Panchatattva ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
which is completely Shastic. It was good enough for Krishna, it should be good enough for this guy. I was like, wow, you know, like, it would have never occurred to me, you know, like,
Look at that. Look at this.
ecstatic symptoms.
Yes.
So I was like shocked, you know, like, what? Did he actually say that? Yeah. It was, yeah, it's practical. Why not? That's what the Shastra says. Yeah.
Miš, rej, še slikam pa grem. Še slikam pa grem. Imam pomočnika.